What are the biggest misconceptions about John Locke? Imagine thinking you know someone's entire story and then discovering there are chapters you never read. That's how many people misunderstand John Locke's ideas. Let's clear up some common myths. First, many believe Locke saw the state of nature as a perfect place of peace and harmony. In reality, Locke described it as a generally peaceful situation but acknowledged it could turn into conflict. He believed that people entered into governments to prevent chaos, not because they were living in a utopia. So, the idea that Locke's natural state was a peaceful paradise isn't quite right. Another misconception is that Locke's social contract means governments are always limited and easy to overthrow. While Locke did say people could rebel if their rights were violated, he also emphasized that revolution should be a last resort. He thought it was only justified if the government broke the trust in a serious way. This is different from some libertarian views that see rebellion as a right any time the government oversteps. Locke's idea was more cautious and conditional. Many also think Locke was a champion of universal liberty for everyone without exceptions. But his ideas about property and rights were shaped by his time. Locke justified private property by mixing one's labor with natural resources, but he also believed that enough and as good land should remain for others. In practice, this often meant land was taken from indigenous peoples or colonized areas. His involvement in colonial enterprises and support for expropriation and slavery make his ideas more complicated than just advocating for universal freedom. Libertarians often admire Locke's ideas about self-ownership and property rights. These are the core of many libertarian beliefs. Locke argued that individuals own themselves and gain ownership by working on natural resources. But it's important to remember that Locke also supported a government with more authority than some libertarians would like. His acceptance of certain historical injustices conflicts with the idea of equal natural rights for all. So, the biggest misconceptions are that Locke saw the natural state as peaceful, that he fully supported limited government and easy rebellion, and that his property ideas are universally just without flaws. Understanding these points helps us see Locke's real influence and the debates his ideas continue to inspire.